Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Sim Racing Bible. Welcome to the stream. Are you ready? It's here. It's arrived. Automobilista 2 version 1.5 has just dropped in our Steam inboxes this evening. It's in release candidate mode at the moment, so it's not full live release, so there may well still be some little bits and pieces to be ironed out. However, we can drive it. We can give it a rip this evening and test out some of the new content, which I'm super excited for. And I know a lot of you guys are as well. I know some of you had a little sneaky peek in this with regards to the beta, so you've already had a bit of an eye on some of these bits of content. So we're going to try it for the first time this evening and have some fun and just basically just check it out. I'm going to go through all the new content. We have the brand new Adrenaline pack for MS2, which is the Rallycross and all the associated content to go with that. And then, of course, there's all the physics changes, which we're going to be going through and testing out various cars. It's going to be a full-on one this evening, so welcome to it, guys. Good to have you with us. Let's jump over into the sim now and get started. Welcome, Raymond. Welcome, Pasonic. Pasonic says, boy, are you in for a treat tonight? I certainly believe I am. All right, well, let's, yeah. It's all a bit of a mad fluster this evening, so let's get ourselves over into the sim now and see what we have to deal with this evening. So, first things first, we have a new home screen. We've got some updated images on there, very nice indeed, like the McLaren, the official events there. Obviously, you have some Rallycross on the multiplayer side of things there. So yeah, well, version 1.5. This is going to be good. I'm looking forward to this. Right. So, still a car. Welcome along. Says the dev update is online, but the update, not for me at least. Oh, okay. That's strange. Are you on the release candidate mode on Steam? Make sure you're on that, otherwise it won't show up just yet. I haven't seen any release notes for it yet, though. So I don't know what's changed specifically, other than everything. So let's just let's see how we go. Pasonic says must drive the Fusca. Don't you worry, Pasonic. That is on the list. Right, well let's first of all just take a look. I'm going into test day mode here, and let's have a look through the menus and see what we can see on here. So everything on this side, so far so good in terms of being normal. And then we have the first of our classes. This is the Formula Dirt, which I believe this was the buggy that was on the original AMS 1. So we have a variety of liveries available for that. It's kind of like a beefed up version of a cross cut. It has a bit more bodywork to it, and probably a bit more power as well. Well, saying that, it's only 84 brake horsepower, but in something that small and light, I'm sure it'll be pretty quick. So there's a Formula Dirt to test out. Let's just scroll through the classes some more. Here's another of the new ones, Kart Cross. Now this one I'm really looking forward to, because these Kart Cross vehicles are mega fun to watch. They're just all over the place, lifting wheels, and just look like a lot of fun. So I can't wait to drive these. Let's have a quick look at some livery options here. Yep, lots of nice livery choices available there. Right. Okay, now we have P1, which has got some splits going on here. Double sound going on at the same time here. So this is the original one. So this is Gen 1's. And then we have Gen 2, which is the new Metalmora AJR Gen 2, as we would make sense. It seems to have... So there's a Gen 2 version of the Ginetta as well. What's the difference? 564, same horsepower. Okay, I don't see much difference on that. However, we have the AJR, so we have a Chevrolet, a Honda, and a Nissan engined version, and a Sigma P1, which is the updated higher spec version of the original Sigma we have, which is in the P2. So that's pretty cool. That's a 573 brake horsepower car as well. So, yeah, some livery selection available there. Very good. Right, let's continue scrolling down, and we have a very nice looking RX logo here containing 4 cars. We have the Citroen DS3 RX, which is very iconic in the world of Rallycross with Peter Solberg and others, of course. We have the Mini Countryman, a bit long in the tooth, obviously now, and I've got a big, tall-looking car, but an actual Rallycross car, which was in Rallycross itself. We have the Evo 10, which makes sense because we have the Evo 10 already in AMS2 in its own kind of category. So it makes sense to have a Rallycross version of that, and we did have an Evo 10, I believe, in AMS1 as well. And we also have the VW Polo, which actually has kind of official-looking liveries going on there. Apart from these two, obviously. That's a Christopherson Motorsport livery on that one, so that's pretty cool. Pasonic says the Gen 2 generator has on-demand DRS. Excellent. Thanks for the insider knowledge there, Pasonic. Thanks for that. Alright, well, those are the new cars. Unless, of course, there's some sneaky hidden ones which I've not come across hidden in some of these categories. Let's have a quick flick through. See if we can spot anything new. Something we haven't seen before. There's so much content in AMS2 now. It really is. All of these cars, of course, have got the new 1.5 physics updates on them, I believe. So contact with the road should be immense, I'm hoping. So let's keep on our flicking through here and see if there's anything else. GT1, GT3, 4, it's all the same. Okay. Well, there's loads of stuff in here, guys. Let's just keep looking through, check, make sure there's anything else. So we have, the stock car 23s. Thanks, Nikos. We do have the new 2023 stock cars, which I think were in there originally, but now these ones have the new tyres to go along with it. I think they were there, but with the old tyres, so they should have now the latest tyre specifications. So the carts aren't updated, but the cars are. Right, so let's start at the bottom and work our way up in terms of the new content. So we'll try out the Rallycross stuff first, and then we'll jump into existing stuff and try the physics on there. So, kart cross, or a cross car, whichever way you want to call it. What should we go with here? Let's go with this orange and blue option here. So now we have a look at the tracks available. So we can group those presumably by off-road. Okay. Now, not only do we have plenty of Rallycross cars to play with, we have lots of tracks too. So this is Oscura. So you have a version with and without the Joker lap by the looks of things there, which is the yellow mark line. I don't recall this one from the original MS1. Could be wrong though. We also have the Rallycross version of the Barcelona circuit, so that's cool. We already have that within AMS2, so they've added the Rallycross circuit, which is handy. Foz is another one which was from the original AMS1, another Rallycross circuit with a Joker lap there. We have Hockenheim Rallycross, which was on the World Rallycross Championship a few years back now, but don't know if it's been used nationally or not, but I remember that being quite a fun track. We have the Nürburgring Rallycross circuit, which is current in World RX. We also have Spa. We have Spa RX. So we have loads of really current, up-to-date Rallycross Championship tracks, which is awesome. We also have Tiki, which has a couple of layouts to it, 1 and 2, and then an RX version as well. I believe Tiki is actually, what's the word? Kouvola, I think it is in Finland. Great track, love it. And then there's a tarmac version of it as well. So, let's work our way down. Let's go with Oscura first. We'll do the RX version, I think. And let's just dive in. There's going to be so much to be getting on with. So yeah, welcome onto it, guys. Bit of a long intro there, but we kind of wanted to discuss and cover all the things which are new in this update. Now we're going to get on track and put them to the absolute test. So welcome along, good to have you with us. If you're here first time at Sim Racing Bible, welcome. Good to have you with us, and I hope you enjoy watching along with me as I test out the new content this evening. Cassini says, a bit off topic, where do you get the nice background music from? Artlist is what I use for my background music. It's got some good stuff on there. Okay, right. One thing I do need to do before we get into this is I need to add an assignment here because I don't have an actual handbrake. I know, shame on me. So what we're going to do, I think extra brake is what it is known as. So I'm going to just temporarily use my fourth gear, my H pattern as my handbrake. Bit unusual, but it's what I've got and it works okay. So, right. Crosscar. Now this should be a motorcycle engined machine. I'm very glad actually this one has the Perspex screen. So if you've driven Dirt Rally 2, there's a type of crosscar in there which has the metal grating, which is just irritating to look through. It's just like, it's just so frustrating. This, however, you get a perfect view of all the dirt goodness ahead of you. So also worth pointing out here on the left hand side of the screen there, you'll notice we have someone who isn't wearing full race gear. So we have the integrated I guess pit crew appearance and apparel. So he's now just in a regular shirt and trousers rather than full race suit, which makes it look a little bit better. So first question is, do I go left or do I go right? We'll soon find out. So let's engage first gear. I'm going to choose right because the pit lane guy is standing on the left hand side there. Well, first things first, this looks very nice indeed. Nice texturing on the dirt, and just general pit buildings around as well. Oh man, I'm so excited, I can't wait for this. I'm a big fan of Rallycross as well, so it kind of works for me. Right, let's unleash the crosscar. Okay, so that makes the sound I was expecting. Look at this track, how cool does this look? I definitely don't remember this one. This must be a new one. Oh wow. Now I don't know where I'm going, so I'm just going to feel my way around this lap for the time being. Well, hopefully without crashing. This sounds so good. Wow, this is a long straight there. I reckon we're going to be on the limiter when we come down to here. What's this? A big sweeping left-hander? So these crosscars are all about momentum because although they accelerate very quickly, you still need to carry a lot of corner speed. Oops, you also need to lift on the upshifts. There we go. Geared very short for Rallycross. Okay, so this is the Joker lap that goes off to the left here, presumably. Just a very short Joker, that one. Just cuts out the jump. Whoops. There's the bank on the inside. Ooh. Track limits. What was that for? Again, absolutely on the limiter coming down to the final corner here. Now hang it out to the right hand side. Let the rotation happen. Just not that much. This is a fun circuit. Get used to this a little bit more. Oops. Steady on. The crosscar is already a firm favourite with me. Liking this a lot. Right, first corner then. Let's get this one right. It's quick through there. Right, over the jump. I'm going to use the handbrake with this one. I think it has enough rotation as it is. Oh, yes. This drives like I would expect a cross car to drive. You see them, they're just so easy to get sideways a lot. But also, sometimes if you get a little too sideways, you do obviously lose all your momentum. Even if you just get the adrenaline impact for the cross car, you won't be disappointed, I'm sure. I haven't even tried everything else yet. Okay. Use handbrake sparingly, I think, is the the name of the game there. Well, that's pretty cool. That's a great start already. And this is a fun circuit to drive as well. Very wide, so with these little cross cars, I'm sure you could have at least 3 or 4 wide. So also mentioned in the dev notes is that they have surface deformation as well, so presumably if you do enough laps running the same kind of groove, then surface would change, so you will sweep away some of the loose stuff, and then I don't know how in-depth the dirt level of live track is, but from what I've read in the physics notes from earlier on, it does seem to have that kind of a level to it. Obviously it will become a little bit more apparent when we're doing proper Rallycross circuit which has both tarmac and dirt, because that's where the dirt gets pulled onto the tarmac as you come off one surface to another. So we'll check that. That's the line. I found the I found a curb on the inside. Right. Having done that, it's knocked down my my overlay for some reason. So Silical, the one from Dirt 2 drives me nuts in VR. Yes, it would do. I'm having that issue again where I can't actually see what you guys are saying on chat, so it's a bit of a pain. So Pico says it's okay to turn the track map on. Yeah, for learning new ones, you're definitely faster around there than me already. sorry for Sonic. That's really weird. I'm just going to do a quick check here, just one moment. Let's turn that off, turn that back on again. Okay, right. That should be now hopefully working again. Cool. Right. Well, that's a solid start already. That's really fun. Love that. But we've got lots to get through, so we'll have to kind of rattle through these because I don't want to leave anything out here. So we'll stick with... No, actually, no. We'll go to the next one up. This is a bit of a whistle-stop tour to start off with. So we'll go with the Formula Dirt next. And we'll rotate through them. We've got plenty of tracks to try, so we'll just rotate as we go. So Escura, fabulous, love it. So Brazilian dirt track, as you can tell with all the palm trees and the greenery and things. That's really nice track. I like that a lot. Right. next up, let's do, yeah, Barcelona RX. Let's try this. Cool. Just on test day mode, just to make sure that, you know, we're not crashing into other cars and try and learn as we go rather than just overload everything with his cars and stuff everywhere. So yeah, let's check this one out. So I do at least know I do at least know this circuit. Oh no, this has got the grate. Okay. So I think we go this way, yep. Okay. These cars are very much a test of focus. You need to be able to look beyond the hashed windscreen in front of you and focus on the road itself. So maybe we should have started here. This seems to be a bit slower than the cross cars, actually. Right, so we're over the jump down into the hairpin section. Odie, thanks for joining us this evening. Says you can adjust the grate to make it more see-through in the options. Ah, I know you can do that with the Halo, but that's good that you can do it with the grate. That's good to know. Right, long left-hander down the hill here into this kind of tight section where you flick it back through here. Let's take a look at that actually for a moment. Just, can you do that from inside, or do you have to go back out and reload that in again? Let's just see. Display. Where would that be under? Could well be that it's in the main. Is this under there? Okay. Let's just let's go back to the main menu a second, and we'll check that option just to see where we can do that. Because if it makes it easier to see through, that's all good. Because yeah, when you're using your real eyes in a car, you wouldn't necessarily have such a really obvious grate right there. So let's just see if we can find that option. Kind of get the feeling it would be under here. Ah, hide halo stem. Put that as yes. Whether that applies to the grate, I don't know. Ah, okay, thanks, Greg. That's cleared that up. Yeah, it uses the same view mode as the see-through halo. Cool. Right, let's try that again. See how that looks. So when we remove it entirely, it'll just make it slightly transparent, I guess, so you can actually see a little bit better. I was a bit, oh, there you go. See, look at that. It's a little less distracting, although it looks a little odd, but it's okay. We'll work with it. All right. Welcome, Greg, by the way. Good to have you with us. Right, Barcelona RX. Usually quite a big jump, that one. The Joker runs off further down the tarmac there, so it's a longer hairpin loop. Insteed, welcome along. He says, do you have to change to beta release candidate after updating? No, so, well, I have mine set to beta release candidate always anyway, so it'll update it for me and then I have access to it, but I don't know if there was an update without the release candidate. I'm not sure, but if you haven't opted in, you'll need to opt into the release candidate so you can actually drive this until it's released on full live, of course. So yeah, so I'm on release candidate at the moment. Usually it doesn't take too much longer after the release candidate's set live for the official live release to happen. Let's do the Joker Lab this time. This one doesn't have a handbrake. It's desperately trying to pull the handbrake there and it wasn't doing anything at all, so good to know. Right, towards that big long left. So this car is slower than the cross car, and is probably a car that needs to be driven with more precision, because it seems to be quite low powered. So more of a... Oops, it's a bit wider than I was expecting that. It's yeah, so not one of those cars where you can just power through and slide your way around. If you start sliding, you do end up losing a bit of momentum, so you have to drive it with a bit more precision and be a bit neater with it. Of course, it is going to move around when it's on the dirt anyway, but huge understeer to go into the hairpin there, probably going in a little bit too quick. Welcome Black Tiger. He says, is there a version of Le Mans? I don't think so. I didn't check, but from what I understand, that's coming later in the year. I don't think that was due out with this update. I believe it was mentioned in the dev update purely because of the timing of the real Le Mans race, but from what I believe in that particular update, it was going to come later on in the year, so I think we'll have to be a little more patient on that one, but we have plenty to be getting on board with as it is right now. Getting into a bit of a groove with this dirt buggy thing now. Yeah, Pasonics, yeah, that's kind of confirming what I was thinking as well there. Pick up of the sausage curve on the inside then. Just have a little bit of a pull on the wheel as I caught a wheel on it. So obviously not always easy to tell force feedback changes when you're driving brand new content, especially when it's dirt like this. But on the tarmac sections there's some pretty encouraging signs, and I'm excited to see what goes on with that. But yeah, so that's the Formula Dirt and Barcelona. Barcelona's quite a fun little track. I think in a higher powered car it'd be a little bit more spectacular. Yeah, I mean the Formula Dirt, it's probably a good one to learn Rallycross in, and then you probably progress through to the kart cross, and then obviously the RX supercars later on. But probably not one I would spend too much time in it. It's, I don't know, something about it, just not my thing as much. It's just a bit, yeah, a bit slow. But I was spoiled by the cross car, honestly. That's what it was. But it's still, obviously, it's still well done. It's still good, but it's just, you probably spend more time in your cross car. If you're going to do something like that, you would just run the cross car. Right, RX time. We'll go top down, and we'll take the DS3 out next. So next Rallycross circuit to try will be Foz, again in Brazil. So this is anti-clockwise. This one, so I know for when we get into the into the pit lane, I know which way I'm going. Okay, just having a quick eyeball of the track map there, so I can kind of tell which way we go. Welcome, Whippy. Try the Puskers. Not yet. They'll be coming. Don't worry. Oh, interesting. So this one we actually have a regular pit guy. So we were mentioning earlier that the one at the original Oscura circuit had the relevant pit crew guy, but this has actually got a full race gear pit crew member there. So we're not quite rolled out entirely yet. Right. So another new RX track. I don't know whether this is all dirt as well, or whether there's some tarmac involved. Of course, now we have four-wheel drive, lots of power, and this should just go like Sting. Yes, is the answer. Oh, this is quite a tight circuit. Big jump. My word, that's like a supercross jump, that one. Okay, so there's tarmac for the start line, and then it's straight back onto the dirt. explore it. Got me out of some trouble there. Oops. I thought it was more of a hairpin, but it wasn't. Backing into the hairpin. Didn't quite come off. When you get such a short circuit like this, everything comes at you very quickly. Even more so in a supercar like this. This is probably a circuit that might be a little bit more suited to the form of the dirt, actually. Just because you're on every single corner very quickly in the supercar. Right, let's take a little bit less air over the jump. Okay, maybe a bit more than that. Need to take a little bit less speed into turn one. That is what you'd probably refer to as being a little bit too sendy. Okay, oof, hang on a second. Just calm down a moment. Yeah, that's fun. Right, brake on the tarmac. Get it tucked in on the inside. Ooh, that's good. I was expecting to get launched then, but those tyre stacks do actually move, so that's handy. It's a nice little section of track there. It just kind of leads into each other quite nicely. Squash the jump with a bit of brake. Just harnessing my inner patter here. Oh no, that one's definitely solid. Oh my word. Let's have a look at this. There's the tyre stack gone. Car looks good, doesn't it? It sounds a little bit interesting on the outside, but okay, I approve. Yeah, okay, well Foz is, 30-second lap time, but yeah, absolutely just, I don't know, it's just non-stop. That was epic. Love it. Pego says, needs a co-driver chirping directions. Not on the Rallycross stuff. If you had point-to-point stuff, we would do, definitely. But Rallycross stuff, you're on your own, so yeah, that was fun. I need a cushion on your bum. Yep, definitely. Let's try the Mini out next then. What do we got? I'll go with the yellow one, shall we? Right, next RX track on the list. Oh dear me. Okay. It's shaping up to be pretty epic already. Right, Hockenheim is next. That's right, so it starts on the drag strip going the wrong way, as you would do on the Grand Prix circuit, and then we cut left into the stadium section, and then it cuts off into the dirt on the inside. That's right, I'm just trying to remind myself of how the circuit layout goes. Let's put some different on. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is obviously just on our own here. We have no other cars on track, so I think it's definitely worth going out and trying it solo to start off. We just get used to things and then add cars in, because it's only going to add to the absolute carnage, which is Rallycross. That's why we love it. Right. So, where are we here? I'm going to go out this way. It's the thing with Rallycross circuits, you don't have a pit lane per se in most cases, so you can't just go from the paddock to the pre-grid and then onto the track itself. So, not sure where I am here, but am I going the wrong way even? I think I might be. That's... I'm pretty sure I am. Yeah, I am. Okay, cool. Good to know. Quick spin turn. It's the one thing about not driving with the... yeah, I came out the exit. Not driving with other cars is that you don't have an idea of where everyone else is going, you can just follow them. No, that's not the way. Okay, this is a lot more confusing than I remember it. So we go over the German flag here, do we? It's that way. Okay, right. Let's see if we can find our way around this time. Into the Sachs curve. And then it's hard left. Oops. Not that hard. So it's a little bit of a kink left, and then it's into the hairpin. That's right. We'll get there. And then double back hairpin, goes around to the right. And this is where we came out of the pit lane the wrong direction. It's tighter than that. Again, another reason for going out on your own first. Right, pit lane that way. So this is the Joker lap actually, isn't it? It cuts through on the inside there. We will get there eventually. That's the one. Oops. Too much handbrake. Definitely a lot more technical track than the others we've driven so far. Oops. Let's try and get through here, and then we'll just go straight left here. To hold on to a little bit. As mentioned earlier, the Mini's quite a tall car, so the weight movement's going to be a little different compared to some of the more squatted type rally cars. Yeah, I think that second hairpin might not necessarily need much in the way of handbrake, just a little bit of weight transfer sliding into there. Oops, that was too early. Somehow missed the barriers though. Oh goodness. Welcome Doloro. Doloro says nice update. It already is so far, we haven't even seen the half of it yet. So, very excited to do so. Love that section, it's so good. Just sets you up for the hairpin beautifully. And click it back. Bit of power. Thank you. Movable tyre stack. Very helpful. There's actually the Joker that goes to the left there. This is the standard lap. Welcome RJ, says let's go, 1.5. Yes. It's been hotly anticipated, and now we have it. Albeit in release candidate. That will take a bit more practice, that particular track, but yeah, good fun. Some nice sections on there, especially that loop from Sachs Curve and into the double back hairpins. Love that. Right. Okay. Next RX car, the Evo 10. What should we go with here? That's a cool looking livery. We'll run with that one. And what's our next track going to be? I think I know which one it might be. Nürburgring. Okay. Now this is not a circuit I've driven. I've not even properly seen it as such. This came into World RX after it went from being free on YouTube to watch to being behind a subscription model, and then obviously it was kind of when the electric era kind of came in, so I've not really seen much of this particular layout, so this is going to be a learning opportunity for me here. So yeah, let's see how this goes with the Evo 10. We have our regular pit guy back now. He's back without his helmet on. It's good. So Agent Cooper says, would rather have seen historic Zandvoort for F1 racing than dirt tracks and rally. Okay, yeah. I mean, there's no, I guess, have we got Zandvoort? We haven't got Zandvoort, have we? That might come, I'm sure. There's no reason to suggest they wouldn't put something like that in, but maybe in the future we'll get that. But yeah, there's plenty of other good historic stuff in AMS2 as well, so, and with the new updates as well in terms of tyres and physics, I'm hoping there's going to be some really good fun to be had with those. Odie says, when you get it right, it's just so satisfying. Yes, it is. He's Cone, says Whippy. Your face is like a child opening presents on Christmas Day. Yes, I feel like it, to be honest. Right, where are we going here? That doesn't look like a particularly exity area up there, so let's just spin it around somehow. Try not to take out half the paddock with me. Where are we going here? Okay, out this way. And then this way? Yeah. I'm pretty sure the track goes this way around. But I do know... Right. Down towards the hairpin here. This is where we come off right. Oh. And then back on the inside if you weren't going on the Joker lap, which is what we've inadvertently done there. Right around the outside on the dirt. And we have a quick chicane up the hill. Evo sounds good. I'm pretty sure this is the way we're going. This is where we started out. This looked like we should have gone straight on, but I think that was pit lane entry, so it's alright. We're on the right track anyway. It's a nice quick chicane there. I think the thing that worries me is the fact that you come up there and all you see is concrete wall and hospitality tent. I got a swapper on. It's fine. They build Rallycross cars tough, thankfully. Let's take the Joker lap again. I thought we got that all the way around then, but must have caught some of the gravel on the outside there and that dug in. Never mind. Yeah, definitely some good rotation on the brakes. Rear end's quite happy to come around on you. Also with a little bit of a Scandinavian flick, it also helps. That was just a little bit too wild. Okay. That's a quick track as well, that one. Let's go back to the pit box here. Let's get a fresh start of this. Alright, this time we'll exit the right direction, straight onto the track. That was a bit better. We got a nice view of the apex on the inside there. Yeah, got a track cut then. That was on the exit there. That was wild. Okay, joker lap time. Let's see if we can go all the way around. Wasn't quite going for the reverse entry there, but that's what we did. That certainly narrows your entry into the quick chicane from the joker. Okay, we're just driving mad now. Right, cool. That's fun. That's a fun track. Echo says, describe please any FFV difference in dirt versus tarmac. Okay, so yeah, definitely is a good feeling on the tarmac. There's a bit more tarmac in there as well. It did feel pretty solid underneath me actually, so that was really nice. So yeah, very encouraging signs already, and the tarmac is good as well. So the loose stuff is good as well. You do get obviously a lightening of force feedback. It does change, but when it does, you just you can feel it. You can tell when I was going around the joker lap there and I caught the deeper gravel on the outside. You can feel it dig in a little bit there. That was quite nice to feel that, so you know when you've gone a little bit too far on the limit. So yeah, good stuff. So obviously the Evo is a little bit longer wheelbase than the DS3 and perhaps even the Mini, and then we're back to short wheelbase again with the Polo. Right, next one. Raphael says go to Richard Burns Rally. I haven't done that in a while. I need to get back on there. It's good fun. I wouldn't be able to get away with being that wild in RBR, that's for sure. Right, well that's Nürburgring. Let's go to Spa. This one was one of the really well-received new additions to Rallycross when it was first added to the calendar. Partly because of the big banked dirt corner, which was really good for just leaning in that dirt and just sending it full sideways into there. Liam Doran loved it. So yeah, that one's next up, and we'll take the Polar out for this. Ooh. Buzzing. This is really cool. Love it. We haven't even got to seeing what the updates are done for everything else. I mean, you got this with the Rallycross, and then you can make it wet as well with the rain. There's also the updates to the wet weather, so now we should have proper wet weather lines. So if you've got don't know, the regular racing line, which is covered in rubber. When the rain comes down, that's now going to be opposite in terms of grip, so the outside off the racing line should be better. So definitely something to be testing. That we did a wet weather stream a couple of weeks ago, and we were just talking then about, oh, wouldn't it be nice if we're going to have proper wet weather lines? Apparently, now we have it, so we're going to be testing that as well. There's just so much to get through. Eddie, welcome. Good to have you with us. Look how good that Polo looks. Right, this one we do have a pit lane, and it is the Spa pit lane as well, so you have that beautiful view down towards Spa's Eau Rouge and Radion. We don't get quite as far as Radion, well, unless we do on the pit lane exit here. I was just wondering what that sound was. I think we went over a grid, so it felt like something broke. Right, where do we go? Do we go round here and back? Probably not. Wow, that's creaky. Sounds like it needs a good sort of new bushes. Right, down the hill. Into the quick right-hander, and then into the velodrome section, which is the dirt. Over the big jump. And then tight back onto the main GP track again. Up the hill. Braking on Eau Rouge. Pull the handbrake. Forget to do it down to second gear. Very much bogged down. And off we go again. Too tight to the wall on the inside there. Right. Need to be quicker on those downshifts. Even Samuel. Right, let's test out the Joker lap, which is straight on here. And then in behind the curbs, and then we have a tighter run on the gravel. And a little jump into it. That's the inside section of the Joker lap gravel. Just thought I'd give you a view of that, you know. Anyway, this is where you're supposed to go. And then merging over the jump. Right, get it stopped earlier. It's better. Descended into the banking. I think from the standard lap, you almost have to aim the car over the jump as far right as possible so you can open up the next left-hander. This is where triple screens really does come in handy, because you can look out the side windows. Right, aim to the right. Way too sideways, but we got through. This is so good. Let's try the joke lap again. Missed. This is Rallycross, guys. It's short, sharp, action-packed, and relentless, but huge smile-inducing. Huge plume of smoke at the top of the hill, and down we go again. too quick. There's the wall on the inside. Oh man! So obviously these races are only short. They're like 4 laps, 6 laps long in the semis and the final. So yeah, it's over very quickly. But wow, it's that one's fun. Spa is a fun circuit to drive, both on the Grand Prix circuit and on the Rallycross track as well. So good to know. That's wicked. Love it. Right. Let's go back to our list. We've still got more dirt track to try. Okay. It's a bit breathtaking, really, to be honest. So that's Spa. Then we're off to Tiki, which is Kuvula. So what we will do here, I'm going to try this one. This is the Rallycross circuit. We'll do all 4 variants, but kind of want to do this. We'll go back in the DS3. We'll bring out the cross car for the next ones, I think. Okay, let's go. I was watching RX Nordic from here earlier on in the year. It always creates quite chaotic racing, but this particular track is good. It's got lots of elevation change. Chocolap has got 3 different elevation changes in it. It's just full on and proper RX, so super excited for this one. Okay, suited pit lane man says go left. Getting a good mixture between suited and unsuited pit guys. Alright, this is your start line, the Kuvula. Very fast run down to turn 1 here. A lot of them tend to cut over the inside there. Then off the dirt into the tarmac on the right hander up the hill. Then plunge downhill again. Braking just after the bump. Right tarmac inside. Then a double left here. And this is the standard lap which goes this way. Again over a little crest and then tight right hander. It just feels so good. Oops, too quick into turn 1. Slow it down, right. Watch the jump so you can get on the brakes for the right hander. Oops. Rear end came around on me then. Got the barrier on the inside. Oops. Go this way. So then, there, this is the Joker lap which comes down further down here. Much tighter. And it comes out on the inside of the final corner here. The curve on the inside got the better of me there. Just kind of grabs the car and then start rotating to the left, and then there's no getting back from that. Oops, go wide there. It's all gone now. Reset, come on. It's the thing with Rallycross, when we start getting out of a rhythm, it just gets out of control very quickly. Do love this track though, it is fun. Keep that tight through there. This feels epic. Oops, a little bit too tight there. There we go, there's that same thing again where you take so much speed in there, and then if you're on the brakes trying to get the thing slowed down to get into the right-hander, yeah, sometimes there's just no coming back. That's such a fun track, I love it. Ignore that bit. That was when things got a little wild, so let's just have a watch where things are a little bit more sensible. Well, in Rallycross terms. Oh yes, the inside wheel lifting as well, that's brilliant. And untidy on the exit. Just sitting back and enjoying this for a moment because just watching the car just kind of moving around and just how it reacts to the bumps and things. That's so good. That's Rallycross, guys. It is just brilliant. Okay. Eaglewhite, welcome. Says, is this live for everyone now? It is if you have selected into the release candidate within Steam. So you can get into it right now if you want to. And this is the 1.5 release available for everyone to give a go. It just keeps getting better, says Eaglewhite. Yes, it does. That was so good. That was so good. I love it. Right. Next, how I say it. Well, we'll stick with Tiki because we're going to do... What's this one? Just trying to get my bearings based on the Rallycross track here, so... there. Back around. Okay, so... Right. We'll figure it out when we get there. I think what we do... If we go back into the Cartcross car, change livery here for this one. Let's go for the blue camo and get into it. So honestly, the adrenaline pack, which is all part of which we've tried so far this evening, gives you a lot. There's a lot of content in there, and if you love your Rallycross, or you're kind of on the fringes and you think, well, it looks kind of fun, but I've never tried it before. From what I've seen so far, I can pretty much guarantee you will have an absolute blast and you will have a big smile on your face. Helps if I click the start button and then we can actually load in. It's just so good. And yeah, I mean, the feelings I'm getting through the wheel, it's strong. It's not uncomfortably strong. It's not oversaturated. It's nice, and you can chuck it around and you can also feel what's going on at the same time. I think a lot of times with things like this where you almost have to ramp the force feedback up way so high that you can feel what's happening with the car, but then you can't be quick with the wheel. You can't snap it left and right and try and get the weight shifting as you need it to. Whereas with this, it's quick and it's got the detail that you need as well, so that helps a lot. Right, cross-car time. Back into some more bike engine madness. Love this thing. Right, so let's go this way. Okay. So we are again exploring here. So we have a tarmac starting area, and then it's onto the dirt. Okay. This is what we know here. Instead of going on the hairpin, we're going to go straight over the hill. And then, ooh, okay. Big tabletop jump there. And then another one here. Okay, this one's a little bit more wild than the standard version. Oops. Oh, that's a bit lame. I was meant to go over that jump, I just didn't make it. And again, you get the interesting feel when you cross over from dirt to tarmac. You have that grip change, which comes into effect. And obviously you have more bumps when you come off the smooth tarmac into the dirt. Missed it again. But yeah, you can really feel it when you come over the tarmac sections and back onto the dirt again. You feel that grip appear and then disappear again. So the feedback is definitely stronger in the cross car than it is in the supercar, but then you kind of expect that. I don't think it has power steering in the cross car, so it's very much a raw feedback from the road. Actually made the jump that time, which is a bonus. Don't know where I'm cutting the track here, it's just kind of all over the place, so it's fine. I'll have to figure that out at some point. Hasn't quite got the speed to land on the downslope there. Did that time. Seems to be brave on the corner before. It's a wild ride around there. So this looks like it's a speed car type cross car, this thing. You can see, other than some beautiful sideways stuff there. Let's just go back here a second. Let's go into here. Just want to see if we can show you what's going on here with the tires. So let's just there's tire deformation going on. So there should be some flex in the sidewalls, so you should see when it's pushing on and cranked over, you should see a little bit of movement there. So that's it's only very subtle. See more on the outside, I would have thought. I thought I spied it when watching the car go around on its own. You can kind of see the tyres moving. Let's just get this in focus. Yeah, so there's a little bit kind of tell if you're full on there, it's kind of different shape as it's leaning over there. So that's pretty cool. That's what helps with the overall feel of things as well. So, okay, let's go check out some of the other two layouts, I think it is, of Kuvula. So we have the tarmac one, which is like an inside circuit, and dirt 1 is what we just did, and then dirt 2. Okay, does that cross over then? How does that work? I remember seeing a tunnel. We'll have to test that. Right, we'll do the tarmac one next, and we'll jump into... Where is it? Let's jump in the Formula Dirt for this one. Although, no, we'll stick with the cross car because these can run on tarmac as well, so we'll do that. Test these out. Okay. Yeah, so 133 horsepower in this compared to 80 something in the Formula Dirt. Okie dokie. Right. This way. So all tarmac now. So let's see how this handles. Also try and figure out where we're going. This is going the wrong way up the hill there, and then okay, and left. This would be one probably more for the carts, I would have thought. Just trying to get your bearings around here is hard work. Very tight, twisted little circuit, this one. Lots of understeer going on. Okay, definitely one for the carts, that one. And then we'll try out this other one to see where this other layout goes. Go back into a supercar for this one, I think. We'll take out the... Let's take out the Polo. Mushy P, welcome. Thanks for subscribing. Very much appreciated. Thank you very much indeed. Good to have you on board with us here at Sim Racing Bible. Right. Tiki Dirt 2. Curious. If this actually has an underground crossover, that'll be better than just running across each other. Then it's kind of like one of those crazy figure 8 races, which would just be absolute carnage. Right. This is the way we go. So this is the final dirt track, I believe, from the DLC. Then we'll get into some other updates. Oh no, there's a great big jump on the inside. Okay. Okay, so this is all standard Covola circuit so far. Ooh, that's not... was I meant to go that way? I don't think I was. Oop, creak, creak, creak. So I think I was meant to go this way, then over there, then this way, and then up here, then up this enormous mountain. Not one for UVI users who are driving just after you've had breakfast. I will advise that. Oh, we're there. Okay, another jump. Although I suspect most people who are running VR might steer away from huge jumps like this anyway. Unless they are ones with cast iron stomachs. Okay, well, this is an interesting combo. Yeah, you missed it again. Land on the nose. I'm kind of not surprised that if this is actually how it is, that they don't run this one in proper Rallycross events as such, because I think that would just be a little bit too on the dangerous side, even for Rallycross. Okay. Let's watch that on the outside here. I just want to know how much air the car actually gets over that jump. So much tighter than you expected as that particular corner. Okay, coming up to the big jump now. Hold on to your stomachs. Okay, that's just a little absurd there, isn't it? Oh wow, okay. Well, that's an interesting one. Obviously, at some point we're going to have to get other vehicles on that and to see what happens. Maybe one for another time. Right. So, that, as far as I'm aware, sums up the adrenaline pack. It's a lot of stuff in there. I think favourites for me, all the supercars are good. Happy with them. Cross car is fabulous. Formula Dirt, I can take it or leave it, but you know, it's still done well. Tracks-wise, absolute favourites are Oscura. I think that was brilliant. Foz is pretty fun as well. Nürburgring is quite nice. I like that one. Spa's good, and yeah, Kovala as well. I mean, to be honest, if I'm being completely honest, it's all good. Other than there's anything in there, I'm like, I wish they didn't include that, because it's all really good. Okay, well, that's the dirt side of things covered. So we better check out some physics updates, hadn't we? So there's only really one place to start. Oh, mind you, no, there isn't. There isn't one place to start. We've got to check out the new cars in the road circles of things. So get on to P1s. So what I'll also do at this point, before we get on track and I get sidetracked, is I need to change my handbrake back. So Gear 4 can return to that particular position. There we go. I also need to, actually, while I'm there, do I have... I do have a DRS one. Is it that one? No. Is it that one? It's that one. Okay. The big red button in the bottom left is my DRS. Need to remember that. Don't use it very often. Right. So let's go check out the P1s then. Let's go to... Well, we'll work our way down. This is the Metal Moro AGR Gen 2. Chevy engine. I assume this is going to be a thumping great V8. We're not going to go to Tiki Dirt 2. That would be preposterous. Where should we take this? We need to take this somewhere in Brazil, don't we? So let's filter by Brazil. Somewhere where we can really let it loose, I think. Do... Where's the regular Interlagos? Hang on a second. Allocation. Let's go Interlagos. We'll do that one there. So it's got the DRS on it, so there we go. So yeah, Pasonic anyway says BMW 2002 is fun on dirt. Is it indeed? you haven't tried them by any chance, have you, Pasonic? E1M1, welcome along, good to have you with us. Says, I have more motion sickness in real cars than VR. In VR I can do anything. Oh wow, okay. Interesting. Wonder what stops that from happening then. Very good. Well, works for you, that's good. That's excellent news. Salk, welcome, says, graphically did they change anything? I don't think so. I'm not aware of anything changing specifically graphically, but then I haven't seen any release notes for this particular version yet. I think they just haven't added them to the forum, so... don't think they've changed anything graphically. Okay, well this sounds particularly beastie. Alright. Let's take this out on track. So of course this is a new car, but it also has the latest physics. And a very rough limiter on the pit lane here. So what are we feeling for? What are we trying to ascertain when we're driving this on track here? One of the big changes was to do with connection from car to road. So obviously you're at low speed here at the moment. Let me know if the sounds are okay here, because this could be rather loud. That sounds really good though. Sounds really good, positive tick. Interior looks nice as well. Very nicely modelled. Strudel says, have you tried the 90s DTM by chance? They were my favourites. I haven't yet, but we'll add them to the list for you. Curious to know how they test out with the new physics. Downhill, with the car loaded up through the fast stuff. They're just taking things easy at the moment, not going mad. So Whippy, welcome, says, here is at your leisure on these cars. No zones, I think. Oh, DRS is at your leisure. Plus they have the front wing DRS on the non-Genettas. So presumably we can come down the back straight here, and once we've cleared this curve, we can just engage DRS. There we go. DRS active is on the dashboard down there, and also on the heads-up display as well. Automatically goes off when you hit the brakes, of course. Hey Marcos, welcome. It says, I love AMS too. You are not alone, sir. I think we are all falling more and more in love with it. The more we drive it, and the more that Ryza work on it. So, pushing on perhaps a little bit more now. What are we feeling through the wheel here? Well, a good nice feeling of loading up through that corner there. Yeah, again, it's like what we were saying with the Rallycross, so it's a good mixture between detail, so bumps, curbs, traction, and weight transfer, versus speed of motion through the corners, so you can actually, you don't have to be an incredible Hulk to muscle around with all the detail. You can have stick arms like me and still manage to turn it into the corner and be quick with it when you want to be, but still get all the information that your body requires as a sim racer to be able to feel what's going on with the car. So obviously in real world you have a few extra pieces of information that help you to know what the car's doing, such as feeding through your backside as to what the car's doing on the road. You can feel it sliding and moving around, which is obviously pretty critical for feeling when you have grip and when you don't. But through the sim, we have that removed, unless of course you have top of the range motion platform which has traction loss as well, but not all of us are fortunate enough to be able to have that option available. So you're left with just what you feel through the steering wheel and the sounds. So that's why getting the force feedback just right is so important with sim racing. Got that on the limiter with DRS there down the straight. Should have braked a little bit earlier there, but still managed to get it stopped. So yeah, so it's really important to have a good feel through the wheel, and yeah, I think it certainly has that. We've been kind of given a sneak preview of how these physics will go with some of the later release cars, such as the Formula Inter and the Formula Junior. But then, when you drive those cars, you know they feel fantastic to drive. But that's the first and only time you've driven that car, so you kind of associate it with being like that to drive. So I think it's where you have a car that you've driven previously and maybe driven a lot, and then apply those new updates to it. That's where you're going to feel the big difference. Welcome, Gaz. Because I know where there is a rig with motion local. Yes, there is one. Mr. Mesham has been working very hard on the rig, currently situated in the showroom at Demon Tweaks, which has motion on it. It's got a cubic system on there. Get to give it a try. Need to go down and give it a rip, see what it's like. This thing's feeling nice. Obviously it's a high downforce prototype, so plenty of grip through the corners. Still need to be a little bit guidey through the slow stuff, but that's coming from having a great big V8 behind me in the cockpit here. But it's really nice to drive, and yeah, just going through those fast corners there, feeling the thing just load up, and then you just get those little nudges from the bumps, just kind of giving you a good read of the road. That's really encouraging. That feels nice to drive. So let's check out one of the other ones, and then, because they're all going to be the same but with different engines. So it's the Honda engine version, the Nissan, and we'll try the Sigma as well. What's that? That's a V6, that's a straight 4. Oh, it's got to be the V6, isn't it? Nissan V6. Let's go with that. We'll go back to back. We'll do it into Lagos again, except this time. No, we'll save it. We'll save it. I was going to put some weather on there, but I thought no. Let's just back to back then, and then we'll try the weather out when we get there. It's the problem. You just got too many toys to play with, and you don't know which one to play with first. All right, Nissan V6 power. It says studying. To be fair, trying to dial in the motion is hard work. Yeah. It's not something I've ever really dealt with, but I can imagine it being a bit of an art, trying to fine-tune the motion platform to be just what you need. But I guess really you don't want loads of motion because it's just unnatural. You want enough to make you feel like you're moving around, but not so much that you feel like you're on a roller coaster full speed. So okay, beautiful V6 sounding engine from the middle of this prototype. It sounds amazing, to be fair. Yeah. Just a bit of a look at that. Yeah, the feelings over the curbs are really nice as well. You get a good ripple effect as you go over the curbs. Not massively overpowering, but enough to let you know that your tyres are touching those curbs. So Whippy says turn into heavy rubber for a more race condition track. Ah yes, the track condition. I think we're on light rubber at the moment. This thing sounds nice. That's a big old lockup. Yeah, I mean, it feels responsive, it feels tight around the centre of the steering wheel as well, so fine adjustments make a good degree of difference as you kind of go through the corners there. You can kind of really feel what's going on and just be accurate with your inputs. Yeah, again, traction loss on the exit there, so first proper time we felt it really get away from us under power. Yeah, it's very convincing that you feel rubber on tarmac kind of feeling going on there. Okay. It's nice. Right. So we'll test out the Sigma. We'll do that next. And then I think that's it for new cars in the update, I think. I don't think we spotted anything extra other than the 2023 stock cars. So we'll test out the Sigma, which is, I'm just going to go into the showroom here a second. It's a beautiful looking thing, isn't it? Really nice looking shape, massive rear wing on it as well. Yep, very nice indeed. Right, we didn't pay attention to lap times with the the Metal Morrow, so we'll just jump into here at Interlagos as well. And give this a go. So yeah, V8, 573 brake horsepower, DRS as well, I believe, for this one. Let's having a listen. Very nice. The VIC, welcome, good to have you with us. It says, when do us poor people get the update? I am one of those poor people. This is available now, so you can opt into the release candidates on Steam, and you can download it, and you can drive it right now. That's how I'm doing it. And I would encourage you to go and do that, because initial feelings are very positive. Yes, says Saber, it is out. It is indeed. Welcome, by the way. So, Strudel says, does every car have 1.5 physics now? I believe so. Judging by the physics notes earlier on, they went through everything and either double-checked or rewrote the physics for them based on what they found with the Madness engine and the bug that they found with the physics. So all the cars have been redone. It's just the karts that haven't been done just yet. But there's an awful lot of cars, so it's plenty to drive. Okay, well, just have a quick look around here. Just looking around inside the cockpit here. There's some, again, very nice textures, lots of carbon fibre everywhere. Got a couple of dashboards. So you have the main dashboard in front, and then there's a secondary one. I nearly missed the first of the hairpins. There's a secondary one on the right hand side there, which is actually just hidden behind the HUD at the moment. There's lots of information available there. A VR user's dream to be able to look around and survey all the dials and gauges and things. Watching the antenna just wobbling away in front of me there in the breeze. Okay. It's not the antenna, it's the wiper blade. Oh, turn off, there you go. Out officially, says Dark Eminence. So welcome along. So yes, it is out indeed. Okay, we'll do a DRS check here as well. So we're on kilometers an hour here. The infield section here. We've got 70 viewing at the moment, have we, Plasonic? I think it's right up there. It might not be a complete record, but it's definitely a very welcome number. So big welcome to everybody watching right now. Thank you for joining us this evening and for going along with our first drive of the new update. Because it's 48 minutes ago I see Rise of Series 1.5 update is finally here and join. Oh yeah, so it is officially official. So we don't even necessarily need the release calendar anymore, so good news. Oh, didn't even activate DRS there. Yeah, lovely detail over the curve on the inside there. Right, there's some DRS power. Yeah, antenna, wiper, same thing. A bit of a slap of oversteer on the way in there because I went in too quick, having not brought my braking point back because of the DRS. You can hear the traction control just kind of rumbling away in the background there. But it's just subtle, it's not overpowering in any way, it's nicely balanced with the traction control actually. Cool. Yeah, definitely a really good ripple off that curve there. Yes. Nice purple light on the dash to let me know I've put DRS on. So if you drive without the hood, you at least know what's going on. Sure, I brought my braking point back a little bit there. We made the corner, which is a nice added bonus. Cool. Right. Well, the Sigma's nice. Great sound, nice looking interior, nice looking exterior. Let's just have a quick view from the outside. Almost looks like a hill climb car with that rear wing, doesn't it? Wild. As was that line to turn 4 there. Look at the huge diffuser. There you go, DRS moving on the back end. The huge wing actually moves altogether, by the looks of things. Yeah, that's a big difference when it comes to flattening out that rear wing. Yeah, those Venturi tunnels at the back, loads of ground effect aero going on there. Yeah, very cool car that. I like that a lot. Right. Okay. So that's the new stuff covered. When I say covered, at least tried. There's probably way more we can do with that. But let's take a retrospective look here now at some of the other cars which have also had the updated physics, which we're kind of keen to know more about, and if they are still just as good. First up is a fan favourite here on the SimRacing Bible YouTube channel. One that seems to just keep coming back for more and more and more. And for this we have to go to the top of the list. It is the myth, the legend, the Copa Fusca. This thing, for 1.5, was an entertaining drive, shall we say. We've had many a good evening doing community races with these particular cars, sliding them through corners and just having an absolute giggle. So now, let's see how they behave with version 1.5. Let's take this to... I'm going to go to Snetterton in the rain, don't worry. We might try that later. Where should we take this? We've got so much choice. I feel we should go to Ibarra. Go that way around. Okay, please be good. I'm sure it will. Please be good. And then we'll jump into some more as well. So get your suggestions in. Get ones that you want to see. And make sure that they drive well. We've got the Group A cars. That's on the list, so don't worry. So yeah. Let's jump in and enjoy. Back to 182, welcome along. Good to have you with us this evening. It says, is there a huge difference in car feel post-update? We're about to find out. We've driven everything new so far this evening, and it's all felt really good. Now the real test is driving something that we've had before, but now has the update, and that's where the big difference is going to be noticeable, I think. Azaris, welcome, says, try the Uno. It has turbo and slicks now. Oof, what a weapon. A skill issue machine, the Fusca. Here we go. Alright. H-pattern time. No one has ever had this little power in the history of sim racing. But this is a legendary combo, this one. Cristiano says Group A Classic Bathurst? Or Classic Bathurst, yeah? It's a good shout. Okay, already, as we admire the beautiful scenery here in Ecuador, feedback feels strong. Caterings are great, says Sonic. Okay. We'll look into them. Right. It's definitely feeling different. I mean, there's definitely a feeling of connection on the road as well. That same long gearing is there, of course. Second gear for the final corner. And then let it go at the straight. Cristiano says, well, Azara says 0 to 100 next Tuesday, and 0 to 100 in perhaps. Yeah, it's measured in calendars rather than seconds. That's why we love it. Alright, checking into the flat out right-hander. Then we're going to check into the next flat out right-hander. Maybe not quite so flat out. Not yet. Get some tyre temps in first. Alright, and then on the brakes. Yeah, not second gear through that. Leave it in third and just deal with the revs dying. Yes, there's a very different feel to the wheel. It feels like actually feels like I got like a rumble pad going on. There's a constant rumbly feeling. But it's okay, it's fine. The again, the wheel feel is nice because it's that same feeling of enough detail combined with speed of wheel turn. Okay. So Whippy says behaves like a car now. It does a little bit actually. It's perhaps a little bit more well behaved than it was. Calendars, moon calendars, yeah. So as Carrera Cup, Ecuador, yeah. It's like in a primitive format right now. Christian says, looks like Fun Cup UK, but it was in the 60s. Yeah, the Fun Cups are a little bit more developed than the Copa Fuscas. But, all good. There's still that lovely backing it into corners feeling as you go on the brakes into the right-hander there, even in third this time. Okay, so it's still loose, but perhaps maybe not quite as wildly loose as previous. But it's definitely more controllable, I'd say. And obviously we haven't tried it at Snetterton in the wet yet, but oh, we really had the revs die there. Yeah, so it's definitely not as slippery as it used to be, I don't think. Christian says you also have the top of the line gear with Acetec. Yeah, we have the Acetec Invicta pedals, which are kindly supplied to me by Acetec themselves, so very nice pedals. I've actually changed the brake elastomer back down to the black one. So I was on the hardest one, which is the green one. I've now swapped it back down to the softest one, just to get a little bit of extra pedal travel. I'm just trying things out just to see what I like best, but in this format it is definitely allowing my foot to not be quite so pained. So it's good for the long sessions such as this. So Dark Eminence says, well behaved, try lifting throttle at mid-speed corner entry. Also try not reading chat while turning left. Okay. Yeah, so maybe I'm just not pushing hard enough then, Dark Eminence. I'm being too gentle with it. So lift throttle fully at mid-speed corner entry. Okay. Like in here, for example. Yeah, there's that rear end coming around. Which is why it's always good to keep a little bit of throttle on to balance the car a little bit. So, Gaz says, I remember this track. Spent most of my time in the desert in the centre. Yeah. There was some chaotic stuff going on there. It's a good race, yeah. Well, just testing physics at the moment. We'll add some other cars into the mix here. Right, let's do that now then. Let's go. Where are we? Group A. Let's take out the Mercedes. And we'll go to classic historic Bathurst. And we won't do it on a test day, we'll do it a single event here. Let's reload that again. And same class, and we'll have obviously more than 5 opponents. Well, no, it's the maximum. Save that. It's going to do this as a practice session to start off with here, so we'll just increase duration. Give ourselves some time there. Live track. Let's do medium rubber for this one. Okay, and we'll load in. So, Fusca. What's the difference in terms of feedback from what it was to what it is now? Yeah, so again, it's that overall increase in detail, but it's also a little bit more controllable at the limit as well. So when I say that, it's you feel more of what's going on at the limit. That's probably the biggest takeaway I can tell so far. Obviously, that was very low speed, very primitive car. There was no real big. It's not a major thing. So this here now is a very different spec car. So it should give us a good indication of how this update has been applied. And for me, out of the Group A cars, the Mercedes was always the kind of weaker one in terms of how it felt on track. The BM felt really nice, but the Mercedes always felt really loose. So let's see how that goes now. Let's get over the speed bumps here. No patience in that BMW. It's protecting my suspension. Okay. Attacking the mountain we go in our Mercedes. This particular car never really raced here at Bathurst. There was a Group A Mercedes, but not this DTM specification car. Oh wow. Okay. That felt grippy. Just taking our time here for the moment. Mercedes throwing rocks at us. It's rude. It's going to find some more rocks if we keep sticking at the banks like that. Keep on the track, will you? Well, I'm going to have to overtake you. That's what I have to do anyway. Excuse me. Alright, there we go. That's enough of that. Yeah, okay, so definitely the feel is very, very different. There's more weight available. Yes, please do consider hitting the like button. That'd be really helpful. Well, welcome Trilbo, thanks for subscribing. Welcome to Sim Racing Bible. Glad you're enjoying what you're seeing this evening. Down to turn, well, the final corner here. The Hell corner. Oh, sorry, Murray's. This is Hell corner currently now. But yeah, the overall weight is a noticeable difference. Especially mid-corner there, you can feel the car load up a little bit. So you feel that'll be to do with the tyres as well, with the deformation and reflex in the tyre wall. You feel that when you go into that first corner there, you just feel it just kind of tighten up a little bit as it's leaning on those tyres, so that's a really positive feeling. Attack the hill here going up in turn 2. Yeah. Definitely feels tight and connected. That's what we wanted. That's out over the top here. No forgiveness on the outside there. No runoff at all. It's just straight into the bank. plenty more pace we can take down the hill there, but just feeling our way through for the time being. Even second gear for Forest Elbow. Smash the like button the same way as somebody smashes his gearbox. Yes, please do. Yeah, well, welcome to everybody who's watching along this evening. Hope you're enjoying it. Welcome Todd says I'm slower because I keep drifting everywhere. Just can't help it, huh? Is the Sigma G5 being released in this update? Yes, it has. We drove it just before, actually. Feels very nice. Looks a nice car as well. Okay, so this is handling better now. So I mentioned when we first started driving this car that previously it felt really loose. Like the rear end was just not in contact with the ground at all. It was just sliding everywhere. Now, happy to report, there is connection. Yeah, you just feel everything now. Really felt the loss of momentum there though with that poor exit. Just doing the Mercedes thing and cutting the grass on the outside there. Seems to be the done thing. Some more traffic ahead. Yeah, again, so through the dipper there, you feel the weight transition from left to right. Yeah, it's a fun ride over the top of the mountain now. Christina says, wait, what rim and base combo do you have? So I have an original SimiCube 1 with the bus encoder, which is the better encoder. And I'm running a Motomech D-shape wheel with DCD Simulations wheel plate. Right, got a massive run. So room for a small Mercedes in the middle of those two. Not quite. Missed the shifter there. Ooh. Aggressive movement under braking then. Get done by the FIA for that. Yeah, so it's the Motomech D-shape rim. Very reasonably priced actually. Now, we've got a run on one of the BMs. It's got one more to clear here. Just casually go around the outside, you know, as you do. Even Kevin Barber that is, not to startle Kevin M if he's watching. Aww, so good. Welcome Marty as well. Cheers! It's a great day, everybody. It really is. We have 1.5 now live in AMS2. And it's not just live, it's feeling alive. It's just involuntary send at the inside of the M3 into the S's. Oops, clip the bank on the inside, drift it through there, all good. There's another bank, exploring the width of the car here. Oh man, okay. That's fun. So just kind of leaving the wheel down the straight here. Look, you might be able to see from there, but just happened to just doing its own thing with bumping, and it's being pulled off to one side. But yeah, the bumps are subtle, but they're really, you know, just the right amount, I think. A bit of a slide up and over the line there. Wow. Okay. Let's do a little bit of watching for the time being. So, Kevin says, good evening, how are you finding 1.5? Rather special so far. And we've only just kind of scratched the surface, really. We've done all the Rallycross stuff, which is excellent. Now we're just testing out some of the older cars with the new physics, and yeah, some good things we found so far. I think as mentioned earlier, when we first started driving the Mercedes, you could just see it sliding out of there. That was nice. Originally, the Mercedes felt really sliding, but now it's moving around, but not excessively so. So it's actually, you know, when you watch old videos of the Group A cars, the old DTM cars around Hockenheim or whatever, they do move around. They're not glued to the road. They're not just checking out the inside. They're not just, you know, massive aero machines with permanent grip. They are moving around. There's lots of sideways moments. So it's good to see that there is still some slip and slide going on there, but it doesn't feel anywhere near as much as it did. But you can see the cars now moving around here. They look a lot more natural when they're doing so. It's good. So yes, the really slippy slidey nature's disappeared. The force feedback feels even better than it did, and that helps with getting a greater understanding of what's going on with the car. So flat out down Conrad Straight, the old Conrad Straight, with no chicane, no chase, underneath the bridge and on the brakes. Just watching out of here because I think we had a bit of a slide coming out of here. Cool. Well, that's pretty impressive. That's a really nice nice feeling. That okay. We'll move on. We'll try something else. Where's Michael Massey when you need him? Yeah. The tyres dig into the track more, says Todd. They do, and we were talking about tyre flex and deflection earlier on, and that will really help with that. Alamona says, crash into the wall for the laughs. I don't need to do any encouragement to do that. I'll do that perfectly happily by myself. It'll happen anyway. Kevin says, I see Rise were here on the chat. They were. Yes. Yep. It's good to have their company. And they've done wondrous work with AMS2. And we're, again, as I said, just discovering it all over again. So, next cars to try. Someone mentioned Caterhams, and I don't need a second invitation to try that. So, I did see talk on the forums about the 620R, which has always been a leery beast of a machine. So, I think we should probably try that out. I think what we'll do is we're going to revisit a combo which I really loved a little while ago, and we're going to go to Fontana. Now bear with me. We're going to do the Sports Car Club course, because this car and that track at that time were fun. So let's see what it's like now. So Ed says, loving 1.5, the biggest improvement is the low speed cornering, which is far more front end grip. Yes, and the consistency under braking. I have noticed that actually. Getting the car slowed down seems a lot easier, and we'll pay more attention to that going forward as well. Good, thanks for pointing that out. Sky says, like always say, if it looks like a duck and sounds like a duck, the cars need to look realistic on the track. Makes sense. Cristana says, man, I've been having some big questions on what to do with my sim rig. I was looking at rims and wheelbases, and the 15mm canvas came to mind. I wonder if it'd be a good choice. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of talk about the Camus wheels at the moment. Might be worth doing some research into. Alright. Todd's got a suggestion in for later. The C3R Corvette. Yeah, I can get behind that. We have to test the 911 RSR, the original 74 RSR. For funky. Right, so Caterham 620R, absolute weapon. Loads of power, not very much grip because of the nature of the aerodynamics of the car. I do appear to be missing my front... I appear to be missing my wheels from cockpit view. But that's fine. We will make do. I don't know whether it's the viewing angle, I just can't see them because of the aero cover, but I would have thought that I would see them, but maybe I don't. Anyway. So Ed, you're going for the Camus C5. Cool. That sounds fun. So Otis says, welcome along, Otis, by the way. It says, is the Dirt DLC also available now? It is, absolutely. We tried that earlier on. We might do some racing with that just to see how that behaves. But yeah, the Dirt DLC, very, very good. Lots of stuff too. Alright, ooh, okay. Good feelings happening already. I look at the chat and not where I'm going. So Christelle said, I really like the C5, looks like a rim from the 90s. Kevin, BMW 2002, okay, cool. The requests are coming in and we will do our best to cover them as much as we can. Okay, so I mentioned good feelings were happening, and it's what we were talking about earlier on with improved low-speed front-end feel. Okay, into the hairpin here. Yeah, it feels a lot tighter and steering. Get stopped. No, that's not happening. Oh, hello, cone. Someone was asking for cones earlier. I found one. Okay. That's the exploratory outlap under the belt. Let's try and drive it now. It does still feel like it will bite you if you get it wrong, or try and drive it like it's not wanting to be driven. So you still have to be careful with it. It's not just a puppy dog. Very good, you Phil. Right. As I said, let's start driving. Oh, it's still smile-inducing. Bit of a slow up there from the AI. Let's get on the brakes earlier. Had to breathe in a little bit there. That tyre bundle was coming up at me very quickly on the outside there, but thankfully we missed it. Okay, so this is still very much a handful, but in a more controllable handful type way, if you know what I mean. Right, let's get on the brakes early this time. Keep telling myself to do that. Yeah, so it's still there as a 620R would be. Even over the limit, you can still bring it back to a degree. This is where it's going to prove me wrong, because I'll go over the limit and I'll be around. Oh, we didn't miss it that time. Right, let's go back to the pit box. Get a new car, please. Yeah, so you can still drive this like an absolute loon. And it will put a smile on your face because it is just mega fun. Well, let's try and drive it with a little bit more finesse. Let's try and drive it, not like we were just trying to throw it sideways everywhere. Let's just try and drive it quickly in a controlled manner. Let's see if we can do that. The brakes are optional on this Passonic. Yeah, they are, definitely. They certainly heat up a lot around here. You can see them on the heads-up display going a nice shade of yellowy orange. Lots of high-speed, big stopping zone areas on the track. So Kevin says, got to go enjoy the night. Certainly will. Thanks for joining us, Kevin. That was my own fault for not watching where I was going. Update 1.5 has 18% more laps this time. They come included with the update. It's got to download your smiles. So, Oliver, welcome along. He says, I have the base version of Automobilista 2 on Steam and updated to 1.5, but no new tracks or dirt cars. Yeah, so the dirt stuff is a DLC. I think there was going to be a very brief, like a trial period, I suppose, to test them out, but I don't know whether that's all finished now after the release candidate, which wasn't out for very long as a release candidate. But yeah, it's definitely a DLC part of the content, so that's all good. So that initial lap there was done as a little bit more of a controlled style, or boring, depending which way you want to look at it. But let's just do another full lap here and see. I want to see if you can actually drive this sensibly but quickly. And by the looks of things, you can. Let's just get through this quick chicane and into the braking zone for the hairpin. Yeah, so when you smooth things out, it behaves more. And it's drivable as well, it's not just an absolute death trap. mean, the general handling characteristic nature of Caterhams is the fact that they're inherently understeer prone, so you kind of have to drive them a little bit with the right foot, and you have to encourage a bit of oversteer because that's how you get the car to rotate properly through the corner. So there's always going to be an element of driving it with the right foot and having a little bit of a drift through the corners, but in a controlled manner rather than a wild lunatic style, which you can also do as well. It's just as fun, but maybe just not quite as quick. Come on, out the way. Go wide on the entrance for the first part and then catch the apex on the second bit. Ooh, that's the grass. Okay, so yeah, Caterham 620R is drivable, guys. That's a good thing. Yeah, excellent. Love that. That was fun. You can do a bit of both. Obviously, that particular circuit is very hard on brakes, but if you're on another circuit which maybe doesn't quite have as many big stopping zones, maybe those from brakes might be able to withstand the punishment. But obviously this is a road car rather than a race car, so it's going to have road car brakes. Even though they are strong and uprated brakes, they're not going to be quite geared to the temperatures you would get on a track. Right, let's take another look. So I mentioned the Uno earlier, but it's on slicks and things. We might try that in a bit. I'm just going to wander down here. Let's try the 911, and we'll go to Funky's favourite. We'll go to Imola. Okay, so we'll do a couple more drives with some other cars, just test them out with the new physics. Then what we'll do is we'll throw some weather at it. So we'll test out the wet lines and see if they work. There's just so much stuff. Steve Collinson says, can you show some new Rallycross tracks? We did that earlier on, but I will revisit them towards the end as well because they are part of the new update, so it'd be worth covering them a little bit more. We just kind of did a quick run through, but we will definitely do some more of that with some other cars on track as well and see how they handle it with the AI. So John Boy 7, welcome along, says the dirt cars at Adrenaline Pack DLC costs that much? Yeah. It's free with a season pass, yes. Absolutely curbed, yeah, that was the catering. Did the Aussie small Camaros get updated? They should have done, I think. So we'll, yeah, we'll give that a go. So Dark Eminence says, how about the other problem child, the Super V8? Ooh, oh, that's a good idea. Yep, we'll give that a test. I'm pretty sure you're pointing me in a good direction there, Dark Eminence, as well. I'm pretty sure you know something that I don't. They need to drive the old stock. That's a good one for Sonic, actually, yes. This is... Riser, this is too much. It's too much stuff to try. Right, RSR time. Beautiful 911 RSR. Big fat slicks. And the flat 6 engine. Stanos is suggesting Aussie racing cars at Adelaide. Okay. Done deal. Oh, what a noise. Oop, off go the Corvettes. Relearning the course. Remember, the rear is wider than the front, Bill. so here we go. This is where there's a slight difference, obviously. So all the cars we've driven so far feel quite heavy in terms of the force feedback on the front. So with the RSR, the front end is lighter anyway because you have a really heavy lump of an engine over the rear wheels. So the front end naturally feels lighter, which is the case here. Go away, Corvette, don't hit me. So yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how the detail comes through with the lighter front end. Curb details are still very much there. Oh, go on, just go, leave me alone. Into the chicane, over the curbs. Of course, need to get some tyre temps in here as well. So I always found the RSR to be a nice car to drive originally anyway, so for me, that was, I think we had a concern, didn't we, originally saying, oh, I hope the RSR still feels as good as it did pre-update. There's a bit more driving, I'll let you know. So I was trying to read through comments here, which are kind of overlaid over. Oops, I was thinking that overlaid over my list on the side. Oh, there you go. You can see it there now. So, all of us, I don't mind paying. Okay, let's. Grayson, welcome, Grayson. So I'm using simracing. I'm trying to understand how to estimate speed and braking. Does the various sims communicate that in different ways, or is it all about peripherals? FOV, as Sonic says, is very important with speed perception. Probably my advice, obviously alongside getting the FOV correct for you, would be to build yourself up slowly. Don't try and brake at the 100 board everywhere if you're not quite comfortable with doing that. Obviously different cars will vary, so just build yourself up slowly and then you'll get a feel for just how quickly you can apply the brakes. I mean, different sims will provide, I guess, different feels on the brakes, so some will have quite an aggressive braking system and you'll feel quite an effect. Others will be slightly different, so there is a little bit of tuning into the sim in terms of how it feels. But yeah, definitely just work your way up slowly and just figure it out. And if you can adjust some things on the pedals, so you're saying there about getting braking zones without locking up on the wheels. Yeah, I mean that's a challenge we all have to overcome. It's one of those things you kind of get used to it after a while, as to where you can push the brake pedal to and get away with it. There's a little bit of locking on the way in there, but got away with it. So yeah, just kind of, it's all about time really. Just don't try and rush yourself up too quickly. Just turn some laps, get used to how it drives, and if need be, look at making some changes with hardware or whatever you're running. So also worth checking out the forums as well, just to see what people with similar equipment are running. Right, so Todd says, on a scale of 1 to 10, the RSR, it was always up there in terms of driving feel anyway, as I said. But I think what we get with the new update here, I know I'm probably not pushing on as hard as I could do with this car, but you get a good feeling of forgiveness a little bit more with the tyres, so sliding it through the corners you don't feel like you're on quite so much of a thin ice as you were originally. but it's not saying that it doesn't break away from you when it does go sideways, because it will still throw up some surprises and things, but you can at least deal with them a little bit more predictably, I suppose. So yeah, it's right up there, like it's in the 9 region, I think. In the 9, maybe and above region. It's nice. It is really nice to drive. It's a C3R 1000 meters, yeah, exactly. Case in point, you can brake so much later with the RSR compared to the Corvette. Just chuck it through here and just... It's overdriving it there, but all the way through that, you can just feel what was going on. You can feel the car moving around, and you can balance it accordingly. Yeah. I mean, you shouldn't really be able to just one-handed drift it around these corners, but it's the beauty of sim racing. You don't have fear of crashing a very expensive Porsche and then having to fix it. Cool. No, that's nice. I like that. I knew I would anyway, because it's one of those cars which just works. Yeah, feels nice. It feels connected. It's maybe not quite as connected as other cars, but then I think others were so much more obvious in terms of the feel that you get through the wheel, whereas it's quite subtle with the 911. As I said, it's a lighter steering wheel anyway, so those details are still there. They're just in a slightly lighter format, but you can still dial into them, so that's good. Okay, so what we'll do it in this order. We'll do Corvette next, because we're in that class, and then we'll do the Super V8, and then we'll do the Aussie Racing Camaros, and then somewhere in all that we'll do some wet weather driving. So here we go. C3R comparison, we'll go to Imola as well. The Corvette does have disc brakes made of cheese. So did the 620R, apparently. It had that kind of cheese-coloured look on the HUD anyway. Right. Vet time. There are relaxed crew member there. Not melting in the Imola sunshine in his full race suit and helmet. Okay. Let's see, how's the big Corvette handles this. I'm going to do what the AI did if I'm not careful. Nope, we made it through. I love the bonnet rattling on there, it looks cool. Slow down. Okay, we're good. So at this point I'm going to try and remember not to brake where I was braking with the RSR. So it's interesting, this one actually feels quite light in the force feedback department as well. But then, could that be to do with old, slightly vague steering? It's not quite got the modern day lightness of a steering system that you get with a modern car. It does have some very big slick tyres, but there's those brakes. Or lack of. I do like driving the Corvette though. It's a very different challenge. You have to be very patient with it. You also have to properly apply the brakes rather than just leaning on them. the time we get back to the track, we should be okay. Oh. I was expecting that Porsche to have gone through, but he didn't. Never mind. Goodbye. Back on the straights, this is Corvette territory. Right, brake at 250 board. Not enough. Okay. Mental note, brake at 300 board. Yeah, sorry. V8 motor, 7.5 litres, 100 horsepower. Lots of torque though. Feels light because it is wobbly as a stick. Yeah, but it's fun. I do like it. There you go, there's that nice cheese-coloured front brake on my HUD down below. Oh, maturing to being a bit of a red Leicester into that. But hopefully we don't end up as debris. It's nice, you can slide it through the corners. Ooh, brakes fell. Yay, we made the chicane. Stop. Welcome, Sim Racers at Arms. How's 1.5 for you, sir? Yeah, rather good. It's rather good. Enjoying it thoroughly at the moment. Right, 300 board on the brakes. Okay. Well, the 350 or the 400 board. There is such a thing. Oh goodness. Okay, it's still fun. It's still fun, the Corvette. Right. So what's else going on there? So it's like watching a powerlifter do slalom. Yeah, I can see that. It certainly can pull in a straight line. It's got plenty of grunt. It's 504 brake horsepower. Not too bad from 7 litres, I suppose. Back in the day. Right. Next up. Super V8. Okay. Where should we take this one? We're going to do Adelaide with the Aussie Racing Camaro. We've done Bathurst already. For the sake of it, we'll go back to the modern Bathurst with a Super V8. And go from there. So, Grayson says, would you say that sim racing can help improve real life racing, or do the skills not transfer? 100% they do. You can definitely transfer what you learn on a sim into a real life car. I've learnt heel and toe on the sim, and I can do that in a real car as well. Yeah, so there's definitely things you can pick up and learn on a sim and then translate that onto the track as well, so absolutely agree with that. From brakes, you're getting a lot of work. They are. That Corvette. There's some reasons answer that. I'm loving the suspension, tyres, and FFP and physics. Sorry, pretty much everything. More like AMS3 for a lot of the content. Yeah, it does feel very, very new and fresh, which is good. Team global warming. Yeah, so Kristanos, you're right. There are extra things which you get in real life, which you don't get on the sim as well, which is the G-forces, as you say. We talked about that earlier on with the feelings you get through the sim, unless of course you have the proper motion sim, but even then the G-forces aren't quite the same. Yeah, a lot of things you can translate over into the real world. Okay, background. Super V8. Beautiful car in AMS1. Arrived in AMS2. Not everyone was a fan. It was very loose, it was very slidey, and felt like you couldn't get the power down. Now, I know these cars in real life they're not GT3 cars, let's be honest. They're not cars you can just expect to just hammer the brakes, turn them in, hammer the throttle, get off the corner, no dramas, everything's good. You have to drive them. You have to be quite precise with everything, so you're braking, your throttle inputs and how much you apply coming off the corner. So you do have to be prepared to put in some work to get these things to drive quickly in real life. And that should be the same in the sim as well. They shouldn't be glued. So let's see. It have had various physics revisions along the way with the Super V8. It has been getting better and better. And now we have 1.5, so let's see what the deal is here. One of my favourite sounding cars in AMS2. Already, just pulling out of the garage there at low speed. It's a lot of feeling there. Okay, bear with me here, guys, because if you've watched one of these cars in real life, you watch a racing clip of it, and it's on the warm-up lap before the car starts racing. You see him warming the tyres up. You see them weaving, obviously, to warm the tyres and get temperature in. It gets to the point in the steering that you put in, so obviously you're weaving aggressively, but once you get to kind of like that kind of level of steering input, you can see the steering wheel shudder on the road. That's where the tyre is kind of just skipping across the surface, and that's where obviously using that to help warm the tyres up. You can feel that. So when I was warming then, you get to that angle, and there's that little vibration, that little judder. That's neat. That's really neat. Right. It's the small little things that kind of make you think, yeah, you know what? There's something there. So let's build ourselves up to this slowly. We've got company behind. Sorry, I'll get out of your way. Go on. Just feeling my way around on this first lap just to see what we're dealing with here. Oh, on the curbs there as well. Good feeling. Yeah, so this one has the weight through the steering wheel. Let's unleash it a little bit here. What a noise. Ah, what a miracle. We actually have brakes. I wasn't expecting that to stop then. And I only drove the Corvette and the 911 for a little bit. So brake temps are really getting up there. Even on the Super V8 there, they were going into the orange levels, so I wonder whether that's something which is correct or not. I know they get very, very hot on the braking zones like that anyway, but they are cooling back down to an acceptable level, so I'll keep an eye on that. That's definitely one of the corners which it will try and kick the rear end out of. Ooh, hello. Treading it down through the S's into the dipper. So yeah, so with the throttle application you do need to be quite careful with it still, but it's not completely any kind of throttle on, you get written off. It's good, you can be progressive with it. It's a very nitpicky detail. It is, but it's a nice little extra for immersion. The V8 is really, really good, isn't it? It's not first gear, the final corner there. Hey Falk, it says, awesome. Can you do me a favour and look for the halo transparency setting in display options and check on Formula Ultimates? Okay. We have got it engaged because we were running that on the Formula Dirt earlier on, which made a difference to the grating that you see on the front wind screen area. So yeah, we'll check it on the Formula Ultimate so you can see that. Look at that, some dirt going in there. See a dirty line on the outside of, okay, in the middle of the track, I suppose. Oops. Just have to kind of lift a little bit over the crest there because it will burst into wheel spin. You really do just hold on over the top of the mountain. Big swapper in the middle there. Bit of a lockup. Ooh, that's too greedy on the throttle on the exit of the dipper. Okay, yeah. So, very similar story across pretty much everything we tested so far. Again, much improved connection with the road, and more predictability in terms of, more predictability in terms of what the car's doing underneath you. So, as mentioned, the V8 is very loose in general, as it is anyway, but you can control it more. You can actually get kind of to grips with it and just feel what's going on a little bit better. So yeah, definitely a drivable option now. So if you've been missing the Super V8, go to give it a try. Let me know how you get on with it. But I think that is a really good improvement and definitely a drivable, raceable car now. So yeah, very, very good. Cool. Falk, you want to do F Ultimate in 20 minutes? Okay, well, we'll do that now for you so you don't miss out. Just so you can see what this looks like. From Ultimate, we'll do the Gen 2 one. Let's go to Silverstone here. So Christina says, so what can we say about this? Is that Ian Bell is very incompetent and a much smaller team like Ryder can work with their engine better than the team that developed it? Ryder we know are very good. We know they're very thorough with what they do. So if anyone was going to get the best out of an engine, it was going to be those guys. So there you go. So there's your transparency on the halo. So let's just get it to a point where you can see it better. So it's not completely transparent. You can still see the edging of it. Obviously there is actually an aerial. That's not a wipe this time. There's an aerial in between there, so you see that instead of a halo, but it's obviously a thinner thing to try and look through. So it does improve the visual elements and kind of puts it into how your eyes would see it, because obviously your eyes would cancel out the main central part of the halo. So that helps. That helps a lot, and I'm sure it will help even more in VR as well. So just going back to the previous drive with the Super V8, Fabian says, does it still require throttle to turn, or is it better in that regard? It's better, actually. I didn't notice that I needed to put throttle on to get it to turn in. That was the Super V8 anyway, and I'm pretty sure that's the same with all of them so far. So yeah, it does feel a lot better in terms of initial turn-in. It's not skating across the road or doing something weird. It is working better. So yeah, I would say. Alterns here says, well, what's the verdict on 1.5? So far, it's a big win. It's a big win for me. It feels very, very good indeed. And obviously there's so much to try. But next up, we said we'd do the ARC Camaros at Adelaide, so we'll do that now. And then we'll do some wet weather stuff. So better than before, but not perfect for VR. Okay. I don't know. It may be different if you're. Depends on where your field of vision is as well. But it will be an improvement. I'm sure it will be an improvement. So a lot of suspension travel compared to that last build. GT1 next. Ooh. Maybe we'll do that with our wet weather test, eh? Right. Aussie Racing Camaro. This has all the makings of being a really fun little car. So let's see. Double mirrored in this one. We have the big wide angle mirror anyway, and then the virtual mirrors on as well. So these little cars, ridiculous to look at with their squash nature. But again, bike engines, so there should be a lot of fun. High revvy, rear-wheel drive, space frame chassis, fiberglass or carbon fiber body on it. So super lightweight. There we go. Is it flat at turn 8? Maybe, with some heat in the tyres. On the outlap, not so much. Except he has better brakes, or is braver than I am. So this thing I expect to be reasonably twitchy. Okay, he was determined to get past, so give him his moment. Okay, just keep me back, that's fine. Keep it over to the left hand side, hard on the brakes. Leaving the second gear through the ladder section of Adelaide here. Bit of understeer going on there. But when you put the power down with that understeer, it's not biting into the corner. So it used to be the case that you have to put a little bit of throttle on to get the front end to turn when it was understeering, but it doesn't seem to be doing that at the moment. Right, we have the temperature now. No, it's still not flat through there. of a pack in front of us here. Very twitchy on the curves. Just lock up into that. How's the crosscar, says Pink Out? It's very good. It's very good. I love it. As I say, we'll look and do a race in the Rallycross stuff in a bit. See how the AI deal with the Rallycross. Whoa, some other big squeeze into the wall there. So you get the inside. Yep, this drives nicely. Again, same feelings. Good connection to the road, good detail to the feedback. And that ability to be able to balance it on the edge as well helps. Dive down the inside. Bit of a block past that one. Threw it in there a little bit. Too late. Again, another positive, that one. Okay. It's awesome. It's all looking very positive. Everything is just feeling right now. So let's do this. Let's go GT1. I'm going to drive the Nissan, because that was, for me, probably the least inspiring of all four. So let's see if this new update has improved that feel. So what we're going to do is take this somewhere suitable, first of all. Somewhere that's got space for it to stretch its legs. Somewhere like Spa. Let's do the 93 version. It's a little bit early for these guys, but we'll do it anyway. Okay, let's edit the practice session, and let's put some weather into the mix here. Let's go just rain. We don't need a storm at this point. So we'll start the live track preset as being wet. And we'll test out some wet lines and just see if it works. Do some comparisons. Turn 8 flat, you couldn't do it in the last version, could you? Probably not. It's probably just me being over ambitious. Can't wait for Gamer Muscle version of Wisdom. Muscles Pearls of Wisdom on version 1.5. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be some thoughts on that. Okay, lights, wipers. Let's see. So, as mentioned earlier on, as I understeer over the exit there, as mentioned earlier on, and now wet weather sees rubber become inverted in terms of its grip level. So essentially what we should see here is the traditional racing line shouldn't have as much grip as other parts of the circuit which you wouldn't normally drive on, so the outside of the corner. So obviously the grip level's down in general anyway. might not be the ideal car to test this in. So we're on the inside here. Go on the outside. The curbs are also supposed to be really slippery now as well, so check that out. Give the inside a little bit of a wide berth there. Whoa, the curbs are definitely slippery. So this is the traditional racing line on the inside here. Can't really do anything when we've got slower cars in front. Come on. Okay, now we have a bit of a clear road in front of us. Let's see what happens here. There's one of the 911s. It's the old bus stop. Through the old bus stop. Turn. AI is still sliding into me. So, difficult to take a wet line through a rouge, you just kind of have to just deal with it. So I wonder whether this would be even more exaggerated when, say for example, you have a heavily rubbered in track and then you add it to script in that it gets wet. Whereas at this point it's just purely wet anyway and there's just no tarmac, or no rubber laid down on the tarmac, so I wonder whether that's potentially going to be throwing some differences up here. Uh-oh. Torpedo! I'm gonna stop. So we're still on the inside here. Okay, what we might do is I'm going to give this another test because I feel like I should probably give this a test in a car which isn't massively powered. So let's try something else. Let's do the Uno we were talking about earlier. We won't do it at Spa because that'll just take forever. Let's go to somewhere like Cascavel and we'll do it this way. So we'll have, yeah, so there you go, Dark Eminence is confirmed what I was thinking there. So we'll go, to be fair, if we just do it as wet and then set the live track preset as being heavy rubber, let's try that. Let's try that. Yeah, so there you go. I didn't quite see that at the front on the comments there before. So the Chris Sanders says, speaking of curves, Jolly Camaros took the Adelaide chicanes very well for such more machines. Yeah, I was being quite careful with them. I didn't want to hit them too hard because I think they would probably pop up quite a lot. Okay, so it's still very conservative, the grip difference between the different lines. So okay, we'll try and dial into the subtleties. Okay, let's see what we can see here. Again, there's that lovely weight through the steering wheel. So, okay, you can actually see the darker line where the regular racing line is. She saw the car ahead just kind of wander over to the outside of the track there. Okay. See no temperature in the tyres at all at this point. Let's soon put that right with a bit of sliding. It's amazing about all the science, yes. All in the name of science. What I can tell you is wet weather is very slippery. But I'm sure you knew that. So yes, obviously the circuit will get wetter as it goes, because it is raining rather heavily. So front tyres at least are slightly less cold at the moment. Still working on warming them up. So you almost want to kind of start up wide there and then cross over the regular racing line and cut down the inside as a wet line through there, I'd say. Yeah, you can't really avoid it. And you want to go a little bit wider than that probably, but they are still getting away from me, but then that's not unusual. Yeah, so definitely something to play around with a little bit more. Yeah, as mentioned, it's only very subtle, I think. You do kind of feel, perhaps, when you're on the racing line, a little bit more slippage from the tyres. That was just way too quick into there, but you do kind of feel it when you cross over that rubber laid line. Oh, hello. Some assistance in getting through turn one. Ends up running off anyway. Okay, more testing needed, I think, on that one for me, just to try and figure that out. But I mean, the early signs are there. They are there, and I'm sure they'll be tweaked and worked on as we go. It was just something I wanted to check to see if it was particularly obvious, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Right. Let's finish this off, guys. Let's do a quick Rallycross race here, I think. Let's see how we go. We've covered a lot this evening. So let's do Let's do a kart cross race, shall we? Let's choose another livery here. So where should we take these little beauties? Let's first of all select the off-road section. Oops. Try it again. I'm tempted by the Ascura. Right, so let's do it. And let's do it with the Joker lap as well. Let's see if the AI take it. So we're not bothered with practice, we'll just go straight in. So we have limited to 5 cars maximum. Obviously, Rallycross is very small grids. We don't have big grids. Be interesting to see whether over time that might be an option to just build that in and just have mad 30-car grids on a Rallycross track. I think that'd just be insane. Well, for now we'll stick with the 5. I'm sure it'll be chaos enough. 10 laps, no, that's far too many for a Rallycross race. Let's put this down. I'll do a 6-lap race as if we're doing a final. Don't want rolling stunning starts, please. Just make sure those settings are all good, which they are. Okay. We need to try some other cars on the off-road stuff that aren't meant to be there as well at some point, but that's for another time. Okay. Let's jump in. It's Rallycross time, guys. Again. Lionel, welcome. He says, Brabham Hypercar at Nordschleife is racing Nirvana. Okay. That sounds good. I wonder actually whether on some of the more traditional Rallycross tracks, whether they have the full side-by-side start. This is kind of how you'd expect to see them lined up for a final, for example. That's okay. Rallycross is big grids, but divided by beats. Yep, there they are. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Oops. Hold that thought. There we go. Handbrake. Just in case. You never know. Oop. Oh, we've had a decent start. And somehow we're in the lead already. We'll have to up the skill level. Depends if I throw it off, of course. Can't cut too much on the inside there. You, Funky. Whoop. I remember the circuit again after having been the first thing we drove earlier on. Try Night in a Thunderstorm. What? Rallycross? Use the Joker lap so I can get out of the way and done, since we have a bit of a lead. So you've got the graphic on the left hand side there, it says we've used the Joker, which is good. Let's see if anyone else does. We have another track limits warning. I'm doing too many of those. What do you reckon to the update, Funky? Ooh. Hello, sorry, excuse me. It's coming through. Up over the jump, land it nicely. Send it in there. So the AI are a lot slower than the tarmac ones. So we have to up that. So let's just, what I might do is I might just go to a shorter circuit so we're not maxing out on the rev limiter there. So let's go back here and we'll do... I'm going to do Covalent because I like that circuit. We'll do that, I'll try. Bonus settings, let's up that. Give them a boost. We'll be way too quick now. But let's go. Let's try that. 74 hours is good. Awesome. Glad you like it. Awesome. Thanks for dropping in, Tojo. Welcome along. I hope you have a good evening. We are going to wrap things up soon because we're getting towards our bedtime here as well. Still got lots of people going on, which is awesome. Oh, there we go. Look at this. We have a slightly different stagger start here, which is cool. RTP says, I just arrived and a question of great importance. Can the Fiat Uno Cup go dirt? In the name of science, we will test that for you. Oops. Even with the clutch engaged, still roll forward off the start. Kind of wanted to be at the back of it, maybe we'll set that next time. Ooh, hello. There. Had caught up a little bit. Hello. So maybe a little bit timid off the start line, but they seem to get into their groove later on. There you go. A little bit better through there then. Gotta do my Joker at some point as well. Maybe do it on this lap, we've got a bit of a gap now. I don't know whether it shows it whether the others have taken their Joker or not. Let's see what they do. Just about managed to get it back. It's just manic. It's full on. And very hot work as well, I'll be honest. Final corner. Big shoe full of stuff all over the exit there. Yeah, so I've done the joke on that, but I don't know whether they did. A clip around the ear just to finish off. On the chuck at Spa Rallycross. The Tusker is still as mad as ever. I think it may be a little bit tamer, to be honest, Funky. I'm not sure whether it's just me, but still mad. It's good fun. Right. So yeah, so it looks like you need to put the strength up a little bit more for Rallycross. Is there a Rallycross preset? How do we do that? Remember we do rule specific stuff. Nothing on there. I have to start with a preset to do the Joker. Ah. That'll be this one then. Rallycross. There we go. You know, I've never even experienced that before. Oh well. So if we do that, can you? No. Okay. So with the preset on, you can't do Unos. But you can do supercars and everything else. So let's do... Well, let's just clear the preset for a second. Let's just do this. Let's go... Where are you? Yeah, so you can. If you so wished, you could run the... you could run the Unos at Rallycross tracks if you wanted to. We might do a crazy Rallycross edition at a later date. But let's just test this... test the Rallycross rule reset here, and we'll do a quick... Do a quick 4-lap race. Except you can't configure that with the preset on. Okay, that's fine. Oh, we'll do that anyway. We'll just load in and go for it. Okay, yep, I got it. The RX rule presets. It's good to know. Yeah, I never even explored that before. Bizarre. Right. So here we go. This is the one we were on earlier. Well, front row got a good start. Second row not so much. I'm just joking out. Yeah, there we go. Someone's followed me in. we haven't driven the supercars around here. It certainly snaps when you put the handbrake on. Gotta be ready for it. Wow, it's quick through there. Jump needs squashing though. You can't take the jump flat out. Doesn't like it. Thanks, Cristanos, thanks for joining us. We'll be off in a moment too. The supercars are good fun. They really are. Turn 1 is just amazing. There we go. Squash the jump. Much better. That was much neater through that. The typical Rallycross massive off. Just trying to back it in there. Luckily we landed on our wheels. Oops. There again. Yeah, I mean the feel through the dirt is actually really good. It's get a good feeling of what the car's doing underneath you. Sometimes you just get it so right that it works. In a little bit now, getting a bit more of a feeling for it. Even with riding the inside wall, probably not the best idea. How many laps of this? Is this lap 6 now? sure it is more than 6 laps. Let's try again. Oh no! Oh, I'm going all over the place now. Exploring the structural rigidity of the trees. It was only 5 laps. Oh well. Oh goodness. Anyway, good fun. Enjoy that a lot. Okay, let's sum things up here. So, version 1.5. It's been well hyped up. It's been well documented that this is going to be a big leap forward for our AMS2. Has it lived up to that hype? Has it lived up to that reputation of what it is and what it's been perceived to be? Yeah, no, I think it has. It's I'm just trying to take it all in and just kind of process everything, but driving feel-wise, it is a step up. It is a big step up in a lot of ways. I mean, the Rallycross stuff, you know, they got a little bit crazy towards the end there, but if you're not being wild and chaotic with it, you can drive it very precisely, very nicely, and just be as neat as possible and carry momentum, and it feels good through the wheel. It translates to what you see on the track. It works. It really does. I think, yeah, it's a really strong update, and I think AMS2 is now in probably the biggest winning situation that's ever been. AMS2 has grown and gone from strength to strength over the years of updates that have been done to it, and now we have a sim which is, yeah, well worthy of anyone out there who's been involved in sim racing in any form or another. Try it. Give it a try. If you weren't sure about it beforehand, come back, try it again. Because I'm pretty sure you'll feel something different. But yeah, it's just that on the limit feel of driving a car through a corner and just feeling it moving around, and then being able to just balance it and bring it back into inside that limit again. You can do that, and you can feel that now. It's so good. It really is so good, and it needs more time to kind of go through. I mean, obviously there's so many cars that we need to revisit, and we will do. We'll get a feel for how it goes now, but moving forward, this is super strong, very good foundation for building on even further and doing even more with the engine that they're already doing. So I guess what I'm trying to say is version 1.5 is fantastic. It's amazing, and all applause, credit, plaudits to all those who've been involved in the development side of things. Thank you for those who have joined us this evening in terms of developers and giving your insights and little cheeky pointers as to what I should be looking for and trying out. But yeah, you guys at Riser Studios have done an amazing job, and it works beautifully. And yeah, just excited for the future, seeing what's coming next. And in the meantime, just driving. It's going out and driving and having fun with it. Because you've probably seen from the stream the smile that's been on my face for most of the evening when I've been trying these cars. They are just amazing fun, and we'll obviously do some community races and things, and we'll do some fun stuff. But yeah, let me know your comments. I know you've been watching along, commenting along as well. But if you're watching this after the fact, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As ever, thank you very much, guys, for your attendance this evening. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching along with me. Thanks for sharing your thoughts and your enthusiasm for 1.5. It really, it's infectious to see your love for the AMS2 correspond with what I'm feeling on this end as well. So thanks for your company. Please do hit the like button if you have enjoyed the stream this evening. Subscribe if you're new and you'd like to see more. We'd love to have you on board here at Sim Racing Bible. But yeah, we'll be back for more, undoubtedly more AMS2 goodness very, very soon, because there's plenty to be getting involved with here. But yeah, take care of yourselves, guys. We'll be back for another live stream very soon, potentially on Saturday, depends. We'll be at Alton Park on Saturday for the Gold Cup. So if anyone is attending the Gold Cup, feel free to drop by and say hello. I'll be around. But if not, we'll look to try and do a stream on Saturday evening as well, depending on the timings of things. But yeah, we'll be back very, very soon indeed. Take care of yourselves, guys. We will see you in the next one. Thanks, James Starks, for the subscription. Very, very late on there. Excellent. Thanks for being on board here. Good fun, guys. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye for now.